And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the
classic. Time.
Hey everybody, it's Alex, here with another contest entry. This time it's one for my buddy Tim at DJ Highnoon. And I can say I've had the privilege of meeting Tim, and he's just such a great guy and knowledgeable on his hip hop and just loads of different kinds of music, and is actually the reason I'm delving more into the psychedelic genre of things. So yeah, any psych would be welcome. Anyways, Tim is hosting a contest to celebrate not just 300 subscribers, but his 1 year anniversary here in the VC. Tim, you've come a long way. You have more subscribers. You've been in the VC less time than me, but you've already got more subscribers, so props to you. But yes, let's get into the two questions that Tim has done. And what I love here is Tim has given us so much freedom over how we want to answer these questions. So let's get into this. The first question is, show 5 records that all have a common theme. So when I met with Tim, there's actually a story as to what I was doing, because I was trying to think of what does my collection have in common, and I realized that a lot of my early collection, and I told Tim this story, a lot of my early collection from like the first year of buying vinyl is all down to getting into sampling and trying to sample what I can. So with that in mind, I've gone with 5 albums that all sample the same artist, or that contain a song that sample the same artist, because I wanted to do something that I was pretty sure no one else would do. Oh, and I'm repping the Oxnard t-shirt, by the way, because I did see Anderson .Paak live a couple nights ago. Amazing gig, amazing gig. But I'm digressing. Let's get into this. So with 5 albums that all contain a song that sample the same artist. I was going to go with sample the same song, but then how many times is the same? There's only a certain amount of times you can sample a song. But yeah, let's get into this. Starting off, of course, with well, actually, it is a bit of controversy, because with everything that's been going on recently, I have picked 5 albums that all have a sample of a Michael Jackson song. Say what you will about Michael Jackson, he is still one of my favourite artists, but that is a video for another time. All that controversy stuff. Anyway, let's get into this. I had to start with the obvious. That, of course, is Naughty by Nature. The song's OPP. Contains a sample of, and everyone should pretty much know this, contains a sample of ABC. Pretty obvious sample. They blew up the sample so much. But yeah, great album, let alone, and fantastic use of the sample. So had to get on that one when I heard that the first time, and then I had to start delving a little bit deeper. Because after that one, where'd you go? Well, I decided to go with the album To Pimp a Butterfly by one of my favourite rappers, Kendrick Lamar. The song is King Kunta. Now, the sample isn't going to jump out at you like it will in OPP. You actually have to be listening to the lyrics of this song, but there is a sample or / reference to Smooth Criminal when he uses the words "Annie, are you okay?" It's a direct sample of Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal, so I'm going with that one as well. Falls into the category. The next one, Tribe Called Quest. We got it from here. Thank you for your service. The last album that Tribe Called Quest did as a full group, and actually a posthumous release from the late great Prodigy. No, not Prodigy, Five Dogs. I'm getting confused. My hip hop band's confused. Why am I doing that? Yeah, Five Dogs. Excuse me, not Prodigy. But the song on here that contains a sample of Michael Jackson is the Space Program, which has a sample of the song Thriller. So I went with this one for that. What else? Again, having to delve deep into, and you really need a close. You need a good ear for this next one, because it's another one that isn't going to jump out at you, but it's actually the song "It Ain't Hard to Tell" off of Nas's Illmatic album that contains a sample of "Human Nature" by Michael Jackson. So there you go. There's another one, a fourth album with a Michael Jackson sample on it. There are obviously loads more, but some of them I don't own copies of. Like with the Thriller sample that Tribe Called Quest used, the exact same sample used on that was also used on 100 Miles and Running by NWA. But because I don't own a copy of that physically, I can't show you. This next one, and the final one, to fit in the common theme category, is actually not a hip-hop album. It's actually an R&B album. That's Rihanna, Good Girl Gone Bad, which the song on here is Don't Stop the Music, which of course was a big hit and everyone still recognises it, but it samples Wanna Be Starting Something by Michael Jackson, which again is not the most obvious sample, and you really have to be paying really close attention, but the sample is there. So there you go, 5 albums that all contain a sample of the same artist. Let's move on to Tim's second question, which is 3 memorable lyrics. Now Tim, he wanted us to say 3 lyrics that we remember, either because we got inspired by them or because we misheard the lyric. And I'm going to use both of those examples that I just said. I'm actually going to use 2 misheard lyrics and a song lyric that inspired me in a good way. Because I'll tell you the story when we get there. But the first one is actually one I talked to Tim about, because he mentioned the idea of, he actually mentioned misheard lyrics, and I mentioned this one to him, and he laughed as much as I did when I heard it. My friends and I, we were out clubbing, and the song came on. There weren't many people in the club when the song came on, so because it was still within the early hours of the club. But so we were just having fun. The DJ was just having a bit of fun, and he played the song "We Are Family." Now the lyric is, just let me state for the record, but my friend, and I knew that, but my friends, I don't think they did. And so when they sang it, they thought the lyric was "Just let me staple the vicar." So, and I cannot and now I just cannot unhear that every time I listen to the song. So now every time I listen to "We Are Family," I hear Sister Sledge just asking me to just let them staple the vicar, which I think is pretty funny. I laugh about it every single time. Me and my friends still laugh about it, but yeah, there it is. "We Are Family" by Sister Sledge. The second one, because remember, I didn't hear this song till many, many years into my musical life. "Rock the Casbah" by The Clash. One of my favourite Clash songs, if not my favourite, but as we all know, the song is "The Sherry Don't Like It," or something along those sort of lines. But when I heard this song for the first time, I heard it as "Ed Sheeran Don't Like It," which I think was pretty funny. Obviously I unheard it once I listened to it a couple more times over, but the only reason I went back and re-listened to it was because I could have sworn that the first time I heard this song they were singing Ed Sheeran Don't Like It. And this song is many years before Ed Sheeran's time as well, which I thought was really weird. But once I went back and re-listened to it, I obviously unheard it, but I still laugh about that to myself quietly every time I hear the song, because it's just that one misheard lyric that almost catches me out every time. But yes, Rock the Cash Bar by The Clash with a misheard lyric. Now, on to the lyric that inspired me. There's actually a story behind this, because I used to get so defensive of my musical taste when people would judge me for it. I still do time to time here, but the lyric that goes hand in hand with that is actually from the song Sir Duke. The lyric is, just because a record has a groove, don't make it in the groove. The lyric, of course, influenced me in a way, because I learned from the lyric that just because I like the music doesn't mean that other people will, and same thing, and vice versa as well, because I don't like it doesn't mean that other people don't. So it really opened my eyes, and that's one major reason why Stevie Wonder has really opened me up to different kinds of music, because I used to pigeonhole so many different genres of music. But it's that lyric in particular from Stevie Wonder that opened me up to things outside of you know, hip hop and funk and soul and the old classic rock track here and there. But for the most part, it's all down to the song Sir Duke off of this album, and that's the lyric that inspired me, and that's also why you see me show bits of everything here and there on my channel, because of that particular lyric. So there we go. Sorry if I rambled on a little bit, Tim. I wanted to try and get in as much details as I possibly could. But yeah, I'm really happy for your channel, so happy to be supportive, so happy to call you my friend. It's a great privilege to have gotten to know you, and you know, here's to many more years, here's to many more subscribers, and thank you for watching this video. Thanks for entering me into the contest. Thanks for having this contest, because I think you said you scrapped the idea of this contest, but I know there's a lot of contests going on at the moment. I'm not one to enter every single contest on YouTube, just the ones that I feel necessary to enter, and this is one I feel like I absolutely have to, because Tim, you've done, you know, the trip to Orlando. You actually found the Headhunters album that I was looking for while I was in Orlando, so that's because of you. So once again, thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys again very shortly. Peace.